So far, this NBA season has not disappointed. Opening week gave us a ridiculous trailer to what we could see on a regular basis this year, and one of the most exciting stories to come out was how insane this rookie class looks already. Cooper Flagg is bearing the weight of an injured Mavs squad, trying to find some light in a very dark tunnel. Dylan Harper is fitting in seamlessly with Wemby, who looks like an unstoppable demigod right now. Like, what was that dude doing with the monks, man? VJ Edgecombe is absolutely eating as Philly fans finally have something to smile about after a very difficult past year, and even Con Knuppel is fitting into a sharpshooter role surprisingly well in Charlotte too. But the final pick in the top 5, Ace Bailey, hasn't been able to crack it at the top level just yet. After a mid-summer league debut where he put up 8 points on 3 for 13 shooting to go along with 7 rebounds, the internet was quick to put out his fire. Coach's comments noted that his defense and hustle was okay and that the shooting will come with time and experience, and, well, they better hope it does, that's for sure. So, what's going on with Mr. Ace Bailey? In high school, Ace was an offensive machine, a scoring weapon that would take the most contested shots you've ever seen and knock them down at a high clip. For Rutgers, he averaged 17.6 points and a little over 7 rebounds, looking like a bundle of offensive potential every time he stepped on the court. Scouts were rock hard as they geared up for one of the most packed drafts in recent memory, and a 6'10" wing touted as the next Kevin Durant was about to send them over the edge. To begin the season, Ace Bailey was averaging 1.3 rebounds and 1.5 assists on 10% shooting in 15 minutes a game. 10% shooting, 10%? Hello? Even you watching this right now could probably walk on for the Jazz tomorrow and drop a 10% stinker. So what's happening? Obviously, he is not getting the most minutes in the world as of right now, and after playing over 30 a night in high school as the go-to man, it's got to be a bit of a rude awakening. But even in his limited minutes, the young man is not helping his case for earning more playing time. It's all about his shot selection. The shots he was taking in high school were outrageous, contested, hand in the face. Pull up just because I want to type shots. And you know what? That worked against other people his age, who were smaller than him, slower than him, just nowhere near his talent level. Now he's in a league with straight dogs and many other players who are just as talented, if not more talented than him, and he's still trying to take the same shots. These defenders are disrupting that shot every time. Put a player like Vanderbilt or McDaniels on him and he's not making a jumper the entire game if he pulls the blasphemy he was doing in college. It just won't work until he's got the reps in the league or that killer instinct like KD. He needs to adjust, take smarter shots, get used to the pace of the NBA, and overall just grow into his body and shooting form. To be honest, despite all the drama that happened with Ace leading up to the draft and on draft night, as a top 5 pick, fans believed he would have come out of the gates a lot stronger than he has. And maybe that's where it all went wrong. Could that draft night drama have affected his first impressions on the league and the warm welcome he received from the Utah Jazz? Despite being widely projected as a top 3 pick, Ace Bailey's pre-draft process turned heads when his camp reportedly told a team drafting in the top 5 that he wouldn't report if selected by them. He skipped public workout sessions for multiple franchises, including the Philadelphia 76ers, who held the number 3 overall pick, raising questions about his commitment and ego. It was rumored that Ace was trying to force his way to Washington at number 6, essentially telling every other team that he wasn't going to play for them. If selected earlier, Ace desired the Washington Wizards due to their need for a high-usage wing scorer and would likely offer immediate minutes, something that Bailey's camp seemed to prioritize. But their big, bold plan backfired and Ace was taken by the Jazz at pick number 5. Now, even though reportedly the Jazz were on his list of teams he didn't want to be selected by, he put on a brave face and said he was blessed and ready to embrace the Jazz. I mean, just look how happy he was to be going to Utah. The kid can't stop grinning from ear to ear. Realistically, as a top 5 pick, Ace would have been expecting to get starter minutes from the jump, not just enough to get his feet wet. His rookie peers are pulling further away already, and VJ Edgecombe, someone who is touted as probably on the same level as Ace Bailey leading up to the draft, is getting damn near 40 minutes a night and looking like the rookie of the year early. And as 2 players who are fighting for the number 3 spot in this past draft, VJ is looking like the clear winner, putting up almost 25 points to go with 6 boards and 5 assists across his first few games. I'm not gonna lie, I began making this video when Ace wasn't performing well at all. Now fast forward a fair few games and he actually looks like he's starting to figure it out. Ace Bailey is now averaging around 15.8 points, 5.5 rebounds and 2.3 assists per game, while shooting over 45% from the field and around 34 to 36% from three, showing a clear uptick from his slow start. Yet, despite the recent positivity, Ace is still fighting for minutes. So why isn't he getting more of a look in for the Jazz? Well, the Jazz are by no means a strong team right now, but it just so happens that the one position that they do hold some strength in already is their wing forward role. The competition for minutes is steep. The best player on Utah's roster, Lauri Markkanen, is having an incredible start to the year. Even despite Markkanen, two of the biggest roadblocks for Ace are Bryce Sensabaugh and Taylor Hendricks. Sensabaugh has already earned real trust from the coaching staff. He's in year 3, he's producing efficiently, and he looks ready for a bigger role, which naturally eats into Bailey's opportunity on the wing. Meanwhile, Taylor Hendricks is still a key developmental priority for the Jazz as a former top 10 pick, and he's getting consistent forward minutes to continue his growth. With both players showing flashes and carving out roles ahead of him, Bailey isn't just adjusting to NBA speed. He's also trying to break into a rotation where two young, already established prospects are fighting for the same developmental minutes he needs. But I guess this is why Ace didn't want to end up in Utah. His camp figured this would happen. And well, like it or not, it's happening. It makes you wonder why the Jazz even drafted him then. Why wouldn't they go for someone who fits their roster a bit better? The answer is glaringly simple. Ace Bailey's potential is sky high. The youngster came into the league as one of the most naturally gifted wings in his class, and the Jazz drafted him because his upside is arguably superstar level if everything clicks at 6 feet 9 inches with guard-like movement, long arms, and real shot creation flashes. He has the rare frame plus skill combo that front offices chase. He showed he can score from all 3 levels, get downhill, finish with athletic pop, and create his own looks, traits you don't usually find in players his size. Add in his rebounding ability, transition threat, and defensive potential as a switchable long wing, and Utah saw a foundation for a modern two-way mismatch nightmare. The Jazz didn't draft him for who he is today. They drafted him because players built like this, with this kind of talent, don't come around often. His ceiling is the reason he went number 5, and it's why Utah believes patience will eventually pay off. For Ace Bailey, the path forward isn't complicated, but it does demand patience, structure, and urgency. Utah has to invest in him with intentional minutes and a clearly defined role, not just spot minutes or garbage time. Young wings rarely develop sitting on the bench, especially ones drafted in the top 5. If the Jazz want the version of Bailey they imagined at the draft, a jumbo shot creator and future two-way nightmare, they need to let him play through mistakes, get real NBA reps, and feel the pace and physicality night after night. Development isn't linear, but it does require opportunity. At the same time, Bailey has to meet the coaching staff halfway. To earn that trust, he needs to tighten his shot selection, play with more discipline, and bring consistent defensive effort instead of drifting when he's off ball. His biggest struggles right now aren't about talent. It's rhythm, decision-making, and the speed of the NBA game catching up to him. When the game speeds up, the margin for freelancing shrinks, and rookies get exposed fast if they aren't locked in on both ends. But the flashes are real, and that's what should keep Jazz fans excited. In Summer League, he showed why he was a top 5 prospect, including a standout 18.7 rebound performance where his athleticism, length, and scoring popped off the screen. When he's aggressive, uses his size downhill, runs the floor, and plays with energy, he looks like the future star Utah envisioned. The key is translating those flashes into consistent rotation impact. If there are any Jazz fans tuning in, then I'd like to know how you really feel about the whole situation. Did that draft night drama raise immediate red flags? Were you guys even happy you got him? Admittedly, it's been a bumpy road for your boy, but do you think it gets better for Ace and Utah from here?